I'll talk about some advanced deductions here in the next slide. So the next slides. So the first one here, excuse me, would be the Augusta rule. And so how this works is that the law, I mean, it's in the Internal Revenue Code, right, where it allows your company, your law firm, under certain circumstances, to pay you as a homeowner, or even if you're renting, to hold, board meetings, employee, or, client appreciation events in your home. Okay. You have 14 days max that you can use this. So that does include a vacation home as well. And how this works again would be, again, just imagine you writing a check from your law firm to you personally. Now, where's the benefit come in, right? Well, that check that's made from the law firm is a tax deduction for your law firm, meaning that's just imagine like an extra rent payment every month, okay? Obviously, that making that payment will reduce your taxable income. And then when it hits your bank account, it is not taxable either, okay? Now, again, granted, you set up correctly and you implement it correctly and all that good stuff. But that's really where the power of this comes in. You can see here in our example, again, entrepreneurial Emily has the law firm. Obviously these facts are made up. So, she's got a pretty big home, and we're, we look at comparable space rental, and there's different strategies at doing this. And we determine, hey, $1,200 per meeting is what we could maybe, feel like we could support with the strategy. So you can see here where the S Corporation rents the home from Emily and Edward for business use up to 14 calendar days. In this instance here, you can see again about $3,266 in annual tax savings. And I do have to add, this whole scenario that I calculated doesn't even take into account state taxes. This is just pure federal taxation savings, okay? Obviously that depends on the state where you're residing. So here with the Augusta rule, what we're looking for is ideal candidates would be, a corporation with more than one board member or owner, or a limited liability partnership. I mean, look, you can't, I always joke with people, sometimes I feel like I'm holding meetings with myself in my head, but you can't hold a meeting with yourself, right? So if you're the owner of your own S Corp law firm, for example, and you want to hold a board meeting inside your house, there's case law that says you cannot do that. Okay, you need to have obviously somebody else with you who's preferably an employee at the very least, but again, preferably more like an owner or board member. Again, you can still kind of do those, those like employee appreciation events and things like that. So again, you can see the red flags is where you have a sole proprietorship, like who are you going to meet with a sole proprietorship, right? Or a corporation and you're the only board member and you're not going to hold any employee appreciation, any sort of those events in there.